All right, YouTube, what's good? What's good? My name is Andrew Lindley, and this is the DJ Connect. You already know what it is. And today we're going to be going over the Rane 12s and the Rane 72 mixer. I've had these for a while, so I'm going to give you my full review, very honest. And very serious. So let's get into it. First off, make sure you like and subscribe to this video. It just helps out the YouTube algorithm. Make sure that the people who want to see this video are going to get this video. So I guess we're just going to hop right into it. I just got the Rev 7 and I don't want to talk about it in this video. I want to make this a very dedicated video to the Rane 12s and the Rane 72 mixer. But there are some reasons that I did move over to that instead of getting the Rane 1. I have a lot of friends who have the Rane 1. They say some amazing things about it, but it just wasn't the one for me. But these, this at-home console, I love this system. It's been my system since forever. I've always been a DJ who plays on decks. I love it when there's turntables available. I definitely play controller anytime I'm mobile or I go to a wedding or something. So it was amazing that there is now a Pioneer motorized controller. But you will get my video on that very soon. I'm going to give you a very honest review of the Rev 7. First impressions, it wasn't great, but it is what it is. Listen, we're not going to talk about any of that anymore. We're talking about the Ranes here today. Big fan. I love these turntables. And they're just a controller as well. They're just a MIDI controller. But I love them. They're so good. And I guess we will start by talking about how they work. All it is a this right here. This is what there's no sample on that, so let's do it on the other side here. And you'll see it's just an acrylic disc here. I have these little spacers in between. I don't know if you can see that. I have a few of them. I like to run as loose as possible, so they send you these little metal spacers. I run with all of them. I run all 4 on the same controller. And then it just literally just clips right in. It just clips right in. I'm going to have to get a lapel mic because it's not the way to do this. So that comes with all those little pieces. You just literally drop the acrylic disc on there. I'm going to show you on this side because it's got a sample loaded. I run with all 4 of the spacers, so it is very tight. It was difficult to get that on. I'm going to have to stay on this side because of the mic issue. But you'll see this is just an acrylic plate, and it goes on, and then inside this little this spindle here, that is the needle. So all it's doing is putting pressure against that needle, which is awesome. Or I guess it's a spindle, realistically. It's just putting pressure against it, and then that's how it's pulling the information and the sound. Which is honestly a much better system. I'll say it right here, right now. Rane won this battle of the platters. Rane won it hands down. There is no competition whatsoever. Rane just they came through with these. If you're ever thinking about getting turntables, get these things. No questions asked. It gets my 100%. These things are a 10 out of 10. I don't say that about too many things. Even the Rev is not going to be getting a 10 out of 10 at all. Not even close. These turntables are 10 out of 10. I have never ran into an issue with them. At the start, it was difficult to figure out how to get the touch that I wanted. Because it's not like a turntable where it's free. There's actual resistance here. And at the start, the motor was so strong. It was actually too strong. So now my issue with the Rev is that it's not strong enough. So you always have to find that balance, and it just comes down to kind of how you want the feeling to be. So for me, I take all 4 spacers that they give you, and I put all 4 of them on. I like it very loose and free. And some guy on one of my live streams, he said the word buttery. I like to keep everything buttery. And not good on this thing. This fader here. Normally, Ranes are known for having buttery faders. This is not. it's just not buttery. There's a lot of resistance in it. It could be that it's a little dirty, but I'm always putting fader grease in there. I should probably open it up one time and like actually clean out the fader, get it back to brand new. But it's a Magvel Mag 3 X3 fader, so it's good. Like, I'm not gonna complain about it. Like, it is what it is. It's just not buttery like I wanted it to be, but it's still like you can do everything, man. Double click flare, no problem. And like, just the feeling of these decks are like, there is no other feeling. Like, I absolutely love these decks. They're so awesome. So to talk more about the decks, because I'm going to talk about the decks first, and then we're going to go to the mixer. All you do here, these buttons here, all they're for is for deck 1, deck 2, deck 3, and deck 4. If you're 4-deck mixing, that'll come in handy. For me, I've never 4-deck mixed in my entire life. I don't see the purpose of it. Maybe I'm just not good enough. Like, I don't know. It is what it is. But in a live setting, I don't know very many DJs ever. Like, I've never ran into a DJ who is 4-deck mixing. So it is what it is. Like, I'm not going to sit here and hate on 4-deck mixing. I'm just saying it's not something that I do, so it's kind of irrelevant to me. I don't need it, and that's what it is. Next up, we have like a little trackpad here. This is going to be your search, so this is going to jump through the track. You can also turn it onto straight Q mode, so I guess I'll show you what it is. I just have like samples loaded up here, scratch samples. Oh, yeah. Busy, y'all. So all that's really doing is like scanning through the track, but you can actually set it to Q mode. So now you have like a separate set of cues if you want that. It's awesome. Like, I've got no problems with this. I think it's an amazing extra feature. Like, you never know when this is going to come in handy. Like, I love the scan feature. It's not available on the Rev, so once again, it's missing some stuff. But we're going to talk about that in the other video. This is all Rane. All we're talking Rane is how amazing these decks are. Shout out Rane to you guys. You guys killed it with this, and like, absolutely incredible. Next up, you just got the fader. You clearly have a click in the middle here, something we're going to talk about on the next video. There's a click in here to show you're at 0, and then you just got plus and minus. Very simple. You got your pitch range selector, so you got +8, 16, +50. If you want to go +50, by all means. And then you got a 45 and a 33 RPM. Start and stop mode. Oh, yeah.
Wait, what?
What? Get busy, y'all.
For that, I just turn the motor off with the power button. You can just turn it off, and that's going to simulate the turning off the platter of the Techniques or whatever old turntable you have. And it just gives it that very, like, whoa. That effect is just, like, literally just stopping. But instead of it being so quick, you're just turning the motor off. And then it's gradually going to get there. That is just a white noise sample, so it's hard to really explain that without playing music, but we are on YouTube. Very difficult to play music without getting in some trouble, so we're not going to do any of that. Got to stick by the guidelines. You know what it is. Follow the rules. But that should really just finish it up with the turntable. Like, it's very simple, very basic, exactly like a turntable. You don't got the tone arm to worry about. Full platters. Like, I love this turntable. Absolutely killed it. Like, I don't think anyone's ever gonna like replicate something as good as this. Like, people are trying and they're failing left and right. This is like the ultimate turntable solution. Apart from getting a phase and using actual turntables, that's one way to do it. And it's crazy because the phase is literally all it is this one little unit that does one thing. I don't know why these companies are always trying to like create new things. Like, I understand they all want to innovate and do something different, but there is like a level of like, this is what it's supposed to feel like. This is what it is. We don't need to be changing everything up, you know, reinventing the wheel all of the time. Like it's just so unimportant to a lot of like DJs who all we want is a solution to replicate what we've always had. So enough about that. We're going to jump to the mixer, I guess. That takes care of everything. We got the Q mode, you got the scan pad, the tempo, the decks, and that's it. Like there's no special features here. There's no bonuses, no anything anywhere. And they connect by USB. I don't know if you can see it, but there's just a USB plugs into the mixer and you're good to go. And almost every new mixer these days comes with like a USB port. So that's it, man. Now we're going to talk about the Rane 72. Let's go. My favorite topic right here. Because a lot of people, if you know me, you know my feelings on this mixer. But we're going to get to it. Let's go, fam. All right, so the Rane 72, the mixer. This is just like the mixer that came with the turntables. If I were to do this again, I would not be buying this mixer. I'm going to say it straight up. I did not like this mixer. A lot of things were different with it. Like they have their own sound effects, and like you're never going to beat the sound effects of a Pioneer, which is unfortunate. But running it down, like let's just start on the side here. We got the main gain. This is like your volume control. You got your booth out. So this is like this speaker right here would be my booth. When you're in a club, you have to have a monitor. You have to have something that's monitoring the sound, because if not, you're going to get like the sound that's bounced off the walls and coming back to you, and your mixes are always going to be off because you're not getting that like instant sound of what's going on in the room. You're getting like a delayed response. Session out, this is just for recording. Next, you just got the split Q for your headphones. And this will split your Q if you want it there. Down this way, you just got your deck. Are you in the A USB, the B USB, so you can change computers on the fly. And then you just got the deck selection. So very simple. It is a two channel, so it's giving you that option. Like if you are four channel mixing, you can jump from 1, 2, 3, or 4, and you would choose that here. Next up, you just got your normal gain, high, mid, and low pass EQs. And then you have like a filter, which is great. For anyone who has like a normal controller, you're definitely going to know about the low pass, high pass filter. It's just the normal. And I love that it's here without any other issues. It's like it's where it should be, which is awesome. The way everyone knows it and the way it should be. And I don't like, I've said this before, like I don't know why people keep trying to change this up and trying to do something different. Like this is what it should be at this point in time. So let's keep it there. Next up, you got your paddle EQ effects, which is great. Like everything that we're normal or that we're used to. You flick it up and it's going to lock on. You just touch it and it's going to drop. This is one of my biggest issues with this mixer. You can set your effects, but they never save. Like they never save to the mixer. I don't know why they did this. Like I feel like effects they're so used nowadays, and like once we get our sound, normally we're gonna stick with it. We're never gonna go in there and edit it every single time. So I don't know why they don't save in the mixer. It makes no sense to me. And you have to enable them on and off. So if you want to use an effect, you just got to turn it on, and then you'll be good to go. Let me see if I got like a sound. Yeah, we got a sound here. So that was actually just the echo. So I would assume we don't even have effects turned on right now, because now you got to go into it and then you got to set the effect, which I literally never use effects on this mixer because this pisses me off so much. Even though it's probably 10 minutes of my time to come in and set it up every time, I don't understand why I need to do that when like it just should be there ready to go. And if I want to turn it on or off, it's good to go. I'll show you now that I've like turned it on. That's my, I guess my low pass filter is really killing the, So it is what it is. It's just something that I did not like. So I did not use my sound effects, which is really sad to me. Like, it's so unnecessary that they made these changes. But it is what it is. Like, everyone's going to do what they do. And, like, I'm sure they had their reason for it. But to me, it really upset me. Like, I don't want to have to do that every single time I want to do this. I want to plug in and be ready to go. Like, I've said it once. Why aren't they saved that way? I don't know. It's not up to me, but it is what it is. But it is nice to have this video pad here. Everything is here ready to go. You can set your beats, like the time length of the effects. You set all this here. I just don't feel like it's very user-friendly, and yeah, it's not for me. I'm not a big fan of it. And then, yeah, you just got your banks, your scrolls. This is kind of just for settings. This will run through like your library, the top one, scroll, and then you scroll it, load it, good to go. Back button. Yeah. Then you got your cue, obviously. You got pitch play, you double touch it, and you got pitch play, auto loop, and manual loop right here, good to go. I love that there's an auto loop here. So many people are now walking away from the auto loop. Again, blows my mind. Like, this is something that I use all of the time. I don't know if, like, most people use it, but it is something that I personally use all of the time, and I hate that, like, it's no longer anywhere. Like, I don't think it's on the rev. There is, like, a auto loop button that's going to give me, like, a 8-beat 4-bar loop, but that's not what I'm looking for. You got your loop roll, obviously, your pad effects. Cool. What was that? Yeah, those are our pad effects. Next up, you got your sampler. Obviously, we all know the sampler.
Perfect. Perfect.
If you need help with sound effects, I definitely have another video with a full in-depth guide. On this one, I've changed the settings so that, like,
Perfect.
you have to hold it for it to play through.
Perfect.
You have to hold it for it to play through instead of just hitting it. That's just a setting that is in Serato Effects settings, so it's in there. It's in another video. I'm not going to go into that too in depth right now, but other than that, we got they give you an actual. So I'm going to show you guys right now. This is cool. I don't really know what the purpose is apart from, like, a cool little gimmicky feature, but they put actual cuts into the mixer. Anyways, you got to know what the timing is for it to work. You got to know what the actual timing of that cut is for it to work. But it's cool. And then you hit it one more time, and you got your scratch bank, obviously. I have my scratch bank set up right here. You can...
Up, down.
You can load your stuff up right away. Such an amazing feature. Most scratch mixers now have scratch banks, so just check your controller. It's just a free download that you get through Serato. Amazing feature. I love it. And then you got your slicer and your transport feature. So you got pitch bends, sync, cue, pitch and time, all on here. Awesome, awesome bonuses. Next up, all we got are the cue buttons. So this is for your headphones. Which channel are you listening to? Which one do you want to hear? You got the parameters button. So this is going to, like, if you have extra banks of sound effects, you can jump through the sound effects, or you can, I believe you can stretch the loops. But I've never actually done that, so sorry, guys. What else we got here? I think that's about it. Oh, touch effects. Touch effects are awesome. It doesn't really help without a beat, so let's see if I can pull up a beat here again. Oh, that's you. A lot of cool features. Like I'll be honest, I've never used touch effects like live in a gig or anything. But there are some people like I think the FLX, the Pioneer FLX, does something like this. There was lots of like external cards back in the day where like they were all effects pads. It's awesome that it's here. It's just not something I'm really into. I like the basic effects, the like echoes outs and the reverbs and stuff. Just very basic, and I like when it's just there. I can select it very quickly. I don't want to have to go into a menu and change it. That makes me lose my mind. Why I would have to go into an external menu to change this or change that. It should be right here, ready to go, because when we're performing, we don't have time to go in and change effects or change this or change that. This stuff should be readily available for me to just, right here, right now, while I'm playing. Because it's not often I'll be showing up early so that I can set all my effects and be ready to go and give it a little test run, make sure all the effects are set the way I want them to be, so that when I use them, I know what they're going to sound like. The way it is now, like, I don't even know what these sound like, because I got to go in, I got to play around with it, edit every single one to make sure it's the way that I want it, and then I can enable it, and then I can play and, like... It's too many steps, and I don't think that was fair to us. I was not a fan of this mixer for a long time because I thought it was my computer that was making it crash, but I don't think it was. It was just that I have like a 20-foot extension cord to my computer. There was a day that I plugged my MacBook directly into it, and I couldn't get it to crash. So I think it's just like a data issue that was making it crash. But back in the day, literally every single time that I use this controller, the mixer crashes. But I don't want to say that anymore because I think I learned that this is like a my computer issue, just because of I have this long USB extension cord. All of the USB is running into here, so that makes some sense. I talked with support. Like, Rane support is #1. They're absolutely incredible. You call up Rane, they're going to get on a call with you. They're going to figure it out with you. And what he explained to me is, like, it's probably the USB. Tried it in another computer just with a normal USB plugged in, and I did not run into that issue. I only did it once, so there's a chance that it could be more, but I'm just going to chalk it up to, like, this is a USB error and it's crashing, so I can no longer hate on it for that. But there are a few things on here that I'm not a fan of. Corners cut, but then, like, once you see my Rev 7 video, it's gonna be the same thing. Like, there are some corners cut there. It's not perfect, and it is what it is. So I think that's it. Like, we got our mic input. We haven't talked about that. You got an echo. What's up, y'all? Oh yeah. You want to do this real? You want to get big? Let's go. Make sure you join the DJConnect.com. Take your DJ career to that next level, and change the game. Become that guy. Become the DJ that you always wanted to be. For me, I was a failed DJ for over 15 years, I'll say. Like, I did a lot of big things. I played all the clubs, played the festivals, but I was never able to make DJing a career until I learned business from some of the greatest coaches in the world. I spent about $30,000 on coaching, so I feel like I know what I'm talking about these days. And if you're kind of struggling coming out of the C word, your business is not it's not where you want it to be at. Like, I'll be honest, I'm about to crack 6 figures this year for the very first time in my life, and I'm so ecstatic about it, and it's only April, so I'm like right there. So it's going to be a good year for me, and I only started my business 4 years ago, so it's very quick to get you to that level. It's just you got to do the things that other people are not willing to do. And other than that, I think that's it. We got a sampler volume, a filter on the sampler. I don't think I need to explain that. Very simple. But if anyone has any questions, make sure you drop it in the comments below. I will personally respond to all of them. If you want more clarification, I can break down the Rane mixer even more. The turntables are basic. Like, they are the greatest of all. Like, no one's ever going to beat them right now. They definitely hold it, like, 100%. They're crushing the Rev 7 on platters. Like, they win the platter game. I'll say it right here, right now. I didn't get the Rane 1 because it just wasn't... it wasn't what I wanted. But like I'm a little upset now because I don't have the beautiful platters that these things have. And the platter on the Rev is like no bueno, man. Like no good. I'm not a fan of the new platters, but it is what it. You can't win everything. The mixer in it is like solid. So you win some, you lose some. And on this, like the platters are incredible. The mixer is like, this mixer is the reason I didn't buy a Rane 1. This mixer is the reason that I'm not gonna buy another Rane product for a little while. Like it's just not what it should be for a Rane product. But other than that, thank you guys for joining this video. Make sure you like, subscribe. The more you subscribe, the more this video goes out to everyone who needs it. My total opinion of everything, these are 10 out of 10s. This gets like a 7 out of 10. So let's give this whole kit, an 8.5 out of 10. I love this kit. It's incredible. All of the negative stuff that I've said about it is just like to hopefully get Rane to make stuff better in the future. Hopefully this helps somebody who's thinking about buying this, because this is not a cheap kit. This is very expensive to buy all of these pieces. You're probably looking around, I don't know the price now, but it's probably like $5,000 to buy this all. It's a big investment, but it'll change your game. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. TheDJConnect.com. Take your DJ career to that next level. Let's go, fam.